3 jugs of corn liquor, 10 stolen horses, and 8 horse thieves.
Maybe there's another one on lookout.
Oh, no, they wouldn't wander that far from them jugs. Boy, I could sure use some of that corn myself.
Yeah. Let's go.
2 hours from now, 3 jugs later, they're gonna be a lot easier.
I ain't looking for easy. I'm looking for quick.
Well, I'm dry, but there never was a jug of corn I was willing to get shot for.
Reese, there's only 8 of them.
What's your all-fire hurry?
Oh, he's been going like the heel flies was after him ever since we left Laredo.
Well, maybe you two fellas got time to lollygag around up here, but all we gotta do is go down that hill nice and quiet, move in on them one at a time from behind, knock them off. Probably wouldn't even have to fire a shot the shape they're in right now.
Now, hold on, Chad. I think how nice it'd be just to go moseying in there. Gather up on a wild bunch like that for once without all that firing and shooting and fighting.
Well, the way they're going, it ain't gonna be long, neither.
Oh, maybe an hour?
You two fellas coming with me, or do I have to do this alone?
Got to be a woman.
A red-haired woman.
Blonde, long yellow hair.
Bet you $2 red.
You're on, Reese. What color hair she got, Chad?
I'm gonna ask you once more. You coming?
Maybe got no hair at all.
Well, no hair, no bet.
Chad, what are you gonna do with a bald-headed woman?
You two just stay here and amuse each other, huh? Just stay here.
Hey, he's really going. Think we ought to go with him?
Relax. We'll cover him from up here.
Hey, he done that real fine.
He's found another one.
Jug and take off the gun belts. Party's over, boys. Now, let's go.
8 much for watching fights. Try not to bust any of them jugs.
Let's round up these stolen horses and move out, huh?
Seems Chad was such a burr on his son.
Lady friend of his must really be something special.
Yeah, the kind you can't keep waiting.
Didn't know there was any like that in Laredo.
Are you coming or staying?
We're coming. You got us as anxious to get back to Laredo as you are.
Then let's go. Come on.
All right, you lovelies, move out.
Go, man.
Oh, boy. You'd better figure on sleeping with a boot on. This town's likely to fall apart tonight.
Oh, it's fallen apart before.
Yeah? Bunch of hide hunters, loaded with cash, high-heeling it over to Laredo. Just noisy now, but 4 nights over, it's gonna be a lot more than just noise, I'll tell you that. Well, now, ain't that something? Joe, you ever see anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, once in Abilene. Comanche squaw was wearing it.
Thank you, my good man.
You know, Chad, the way I look at it, it's all right for a woman to go gussying up to please a man. But when a man fancies up to please a woman, well, now.
That means trouble.
Never had to depend on fancy duds myself.
Oh, putting fancy duds on you, Reese, it'd be like putting a silver-mounted saddle on a plow horse.
Who you calling a plow horse?
Then again, you take that same saddle and put it on a thoroughbred and...
I'm a plow horse, and you're a thoroughbred? Huh.
Well, if the saddle don't fit, Reese, you don't have to put it on.
Well, how come you never broke out those funadiddle outfits before, huh?
Oh, I guess I never had no reason to.
Well, I guess this lady's special, Reese.
Well, hey, Chad, how about Joe and me picking up a couple of girls at the cantina? And the 6 of us, we'll have a real time tonight. How about it?
No, thanks, Reese. The young lady and I are going to have a very quiet dinner together.
Well, we can be quiet.
Reese, no. Definitely, positively, emphatically, no.
Well, huh. Acts like we're not good enough for his fancy sage hen.
She must be staying in that hotel.
Is that where he went? Probably having that quiet dinner in that private dining room.
Nice, too, ain't it, Reese?
Oh, you know, Joe, I'm gonna figure out a way to get in that private dining room. Just kind of drop in, you know.
I know. Reese, you and me, we go out tonight. We're gonna be going over that crummy Laredo barn. Stop them wild hide hunters from getting too ornery.
Oh, Carla can handle that. She can handle all that.
Now, hold on, Reese. I don't know. From what you were saying, well, that's a wild bunch. They're liable to shoot up this whole town. Well, they're liable to wind up anywhere. They might even end up in that private dining room.
Yeah, that's it. If them hidemen went loco, they might just go to that hotel and scare that poor girl to Chad's.
And that's right.
Oh, that would be a darn shame. Hey, Joe, let's me and you set them hide hunters straight on how it is here in Laredo, huh? Let's go.
Good seeing you again, Chad.
Oh, it's been a while, Mr. Henderson.
Yeah, you're looking fit.
So are you, sir.
Oh, I spent too much time behind desks and conference tables. Not enough on a good horse.
Oh, we're always recruiting for the Rangers, you know.
Well, now, that's very generous of you, Chad. But I'm afraid I won't be available for the next few years. Our company has raised the capital we needed for our section of the Transcontinental Railroad.
Oh, now that's quite an undertaking.
Well, thank you. We'll start construction in a few weeks. That's the reason I'm out here. Do a little recruiting myself.
Oh, you are?
Hello.
That's what I like. Man who has good manners. Shouldn't be hogtied by them. Oh, I want a word with the manager. I'll see you two down in the dining room.
Father has a marvelous instinct for knowing when to leave a room.
It's not instinct, it's years of...
Shh, 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 shh.
didn't write.
Letter writing's not my long suit, you know that. I have thought about you.
Suddenly arriving here could have been awkward.
It wasn't. It's like we'd seen each other yesterday.
You mustn't forget Father's waiting for us.
Oh, no, I've been waiting for almost 2 years. I think perhaps your father can wait a few more minutes, huh?
Those greasy buffalo men giving you any trouble?
They're very noisy and very thirsty. But what's the cantina for?
You're right, Reese. That's a mean-looking bunch.
Well, I'm going over there and lay down the law.
Wouldn't that cause the trouble we don't want?
I know what I'm doing. I don't need any of your help. Are you sure? Who's the leader of this outfit?
That'd be me, mister.
Well, mister, you're in Laredo now. Not out with the prairie dogs and the chaparral. And the Rangers ain't gonna let you forget it.
Are you a ranger?
That's right. Now, you go on and enjoy yourselves. But just remember, you ain't the only people in town. Now, do your drinking here.
No place else?
No place else. We find you in that hotel bar, we gonna have your hides, understand?
Oh!
Don't go near the hotel bar.
The hotel bar?
That's an order.
Let's go. You wouldn't want to have a drink in that hotel bar, would you?
Just what I've been thinking. Carla, luego.
Hasta luego. Hasta luego.
Evening. 2 whiskeys.
Quiet tonight.
Usual.
Special party going on in there?
Oh, very special. Big railroad man. Started with champagne, then dinner wine. Now brandy. Who knows what's next?
Yeah, who knows?
Thank you. I just can't remember when I've enjoyed a dinner quite so much.
Well, the hotel was much better than we expected.
Yes, they do very well.
Chad, I can't imagine what's kept you here.
What, here in Laredo? Oh, I like a challenge.
Well, that's what I was counting on. A real challenge.
Father, you promised. No business tonight.
All right, I promised. I'm a man of my word. Also, I'm more persuasive with a clear head. But, Chad, I'd like to talk to you. Say tomorrow morning at 10.
Fine, sir.
Now, if you will excuse a drowsy host.
Yes, sir.
Good night, Father.
Good night. Good night, Chad.
That's him. Pretty important fella.
Well, staring at a closed door is not my idea of a big evening.
Oh, now hold it up a while, Joe.
Here we are, Ranger. What are you gonna do about it?
Joe, what am I gonna do?
Well, Reese, I'd say if these gentlemen keep it all peaceable and don't go busting into that private dining room, there ain't no harm.
Yeah, we want it nice and peaceable. Right in there, boys. Food, the best liquor, and plenty of it.
Hold on now. You men can't go in there.
What's going on here? Good evening, man. These grizzly hide hunters bothering you?
Oh, certainly not. They're welcome here. What do you think?
Don't worry, man. We're going to take care of them.
Didn't you
Now
just
get
say
out
to
of here.
us,
I said get out of here.
and friends of yours?
The closest, man, the closest.
You pulled some sneaking tricks in your day, Reese, but this one wins the prize.
Well, you don't think I did this on purpose, did you? I'm just doing my duty.
He's keeping the peace.
He said he didn't need no help.
Reese,
Yes, Chad?
you're, Well, Reese, you've seen Chad's special girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Emily, can't punish a man for the way his friends behave.
Of course she can. It's a woman's privilege.
But not when I care to exercise. You don't owe me an apology, Chad. Perhaps your friends do.
No, I think I'd better speak for my friends. Believe me, it'd be a lot simpler.
All right.
Anyway, it was a wonderful evening, and I'm sorry it had to end the way it did.
There'll be others.
Oh, last night I promised you no business talk. But I have a claim staked on Chad's time this morning.
You do. I'll get on with my shopping. See you this afternoon.
I'll be here at 1:30. I promised Emily I'd show her some of the countryside this afternoon.
Oh, good. I have a notion my daughter is more interested in the teacher than she is in the geography. However, last night I proposed to offer you a challenge. Are you interested?
Yes, sir.
In the next 2 years, we're going to put down over 800 miles of railroad track.
That's a big job.
Yes, it is a big job. We're going to need lots of men, all kinds of men. Most of the work crews we get are a rough bunch. They have to be in order to survive. That's why we need foremen who can handle these kind of men. You still interested?
Go ahead.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Chad, you've proved yourself with the Rangers. You're equal to any trouble that comes up. Exactly the kind of a man I need to boss one of my crews. How much do you earn here a month?
$40.
I can offer you 10 times that, and expenses.
$400 a month?
For openers. You do the kind of a job I know you can for us. And once the railroad's finished, the sky's the limit.
That's what I call a tempting offer.
There are no strings, Chad. Whatever happens or doesn't happen between you and Emily, I'd still like to have you working for me. What do you say?
Well, I say I'd like to have a little time to think it over.
Of course. We'll leave Laredo the day after tomorrow. If you want the job, you be ready to leave with us.
That's fair enough.
You're a young man with real promise, Chad. Now's the time to start realizing it. Your future's with us, not here in Laredo.
I'll inform you of my decision, sir.
Fine.
Thank you very much.
The Davis brothers have been spotted just east of Laredo.
Trying to find a bank they haven't robbed yet, Captain?
Bring them in.
Yes, sir. We'll find Chad and the three of us will be right after.
Just the two of you. Cooper won't be going.
But, Cap, we can't
Now,
go
you
without-
and Riley should be able to handle the Davis brothers.
It ain't that, Cap. We gotta
Cooper's got a few old friends in Laredo. He asked for a few days off.
Yeah, I'll bet he did. And that's just why Joe and I gotta take him along with us.
Bennett, you're wasting time here.
Captain, Chad's a good ranger, isn't he?
Yeah?
And old Chad wouldn't be too easy to replace, would he?
No.
Well, it just so happens, Captain, that some of these friends that he's so partial to being close to, one of them's a young lady.
No, that's no big surprise.
Captain, remember George Ferguson?
Who?
George Ferguson.
Oh, Ferg, yeah, he got married.
And Charlie Hewitt.
Married.
And Zach Owens, Leslie Young. They got married and resigned.
And, Captain, if we don't take him with us, she's gonna take him with her.
That's what she's gonna do, Captain.
Well, I hate to lose Chad, but now if he really loves this girl.
Oh, he don't, Captain. He just thinks he does.
Shucks, Captain, it ain't nothing but a passing romance.
And if he gets married and it's a passing, mark that poor boy for life. That'd be a crying shame, Captain.
Crying shame, Reese.
Captain, we got us a gold-plated idea.
I am not interested.
If you send Chad after the Davis brothers in the place of me, then while he's away, I can figure out a way where
Bennett,
he don't...
are you suggesting I use my authority to deliberately interfere in the personal affairs of one of my men?
No, sir.
You're ordering me to go after the Davis boys?
I am.
Captain, you said I could have a couple of days off.
I said I'd see what I could do.
Why can't Reese go with Joe?
Cooper, I have good and sufficient reasons for assigning you. Riley's waiting for you at the corral.
Yes, sir. Can I at least go over to the hotel and tell her I'm not going to be there?
You've lost a half an hour as it is.
May I write her a note and have someone deliver it?
Let's be giving Captain an argument.
Well, it ain't gonna do him no good. Now, remember, Joe, you're gonna keep him away just as long as you can now.
Don't go getting your hopes too high, Reese. Girl looks a lot smarter than the one that wanted to marry old Joe Bill.
Yeah, well, it's been my experience the smart ones are just as jealous as the dumb ones. So long, Joe, and good luck.
You're certain you wouldn't reconsider this, Captain? I mean, I had a date with the young lady at 1:30. Yeah.
Well, there he goes. We sure worked that out slick, didn't we, Captain?
Bennett, the reshuffling of this assignment was done in the interests of maintaining this company at a maximum level of strength and efficiency. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, 100%. Couldn't be clearer, sir.
Cooper left this note for a Miss Henderson at the hotel.
Yes, sir. Just leave it to me, sir.
Well, we found him.
Told you it wouldn't take long.
Well, let's get it over with.
I'll go at him from up on the high ground.
Be easier if we just move in from the front.
Well, you do want to get back to Laredo in one chunk, don't you, Chad?
All right, I'll go around here.
Slow and easy. Give me a chance to get into place.
Joe, you're talking like there's 20 of them. There's only 2.
It only takes one of them to shoot you, Chad. You draw their fire, I'll go out this way.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Yes?
I'm trying to find Chad. You know Chad Cooper?
I'm sorry, I can't help you. Mr. Cooper was supposed to be here at 1:30, but he hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, well, now, what do you know? That puts me in a terrible spot.
Why do you want to see him?
Why do I want to... Well, you might say that's a personal matter.
¿Dónde está el mentiroso? Quiero saberlo inmediatamente. No me importa lo que me diga.
Un momento. La señorita no sabe. I don't understand her too good, but now old Chad, he speaks Spanish perfectly. Seems he tried to pawn the wedding ring. You sure you ain't seen him, man?
What wedding ring?
Well, I tried to explain to her, but a man has a right to pawn his own wedding ring if he needs the money, huh? Oh, fine-looking children, ain't they? You'd think they were 100% Mexican instead of being just half, huh? Bueno, muy bueno. I'm gonna take you for a horseback ride real soon. How about that? Oh, gracias, Carla. Gracias.
De nada, querido. I always like a good joke, especially the $5 you promised me. Vamos.
Chad? What are you doing here?
Come on. Inside. Sit down over there.
Ain't no need to shove, Chad.
Well, come on.
Well, what do you think? We are a passel of sheep or something?
A couple of Judas goats is more like it. Sit down. Now. When Miss Henderson joins us, you, Mr. Bennett, shall apologize to her for the little game you played this afternoon with Carla and her kids. You, Mr. Riley, you shall explain to Miss Henderson why I did not return at 1:30 this afternoon to take her riding. And again, Mr. Bennett, you shall tell her why she did not receive my note until after supper this evening. Is that clear?
Well, you ever notice the minute a man gets serious about a woman, he can't take a joke and sours on his partners?
It all goes together.
Are you two gentlemen just wait right there?
I wonder what he's up to.
I wonder if he knows.
Well, Miss Henderson, we just wanted you
You
to...
can save the apologies, Reese. However, we will accept your congratulations. Miss Henderson has just consented to become my wife. Good evening. Captain, I've decided to resign from the Rangers.
Oh, he don't mean that, Captain.
I mean it.
He just got himself a little war paint on because he wants America.
This is between Mr. Cooper and me. I'm not amused by Rangers who resign one day and are back asking for reinstatement the next.
I won't be back, sir.
You've thought this through carefully?
Yes, sir?
When do you want this resignation to take effect?
Immediately. I'm leaving first thing in the morning.
Good luck, Cooper.
Thank you, Captain.
Bennett, Riley, meet the Marshall wagon train at Findlay Grove. Escort them into Laredo. I've had word the Comanches are raiding. The wagon train will be an easy mark.
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Captain, a man like you ought to be able to come up with some real smart arguments.
Smart arguments don't make an impression on a man with a pretty woman and marriage on his mind.
Yes, sir.
Well, we ain't in all that hurry.
The sooner we get to them wagons, the safer them folks are gonna be.
Yeah, well, we can take a minute. He ain't gonna do it. He's just making us sweat.
Oh, Chad's got his mind set. My guess is, Reese, we seen the last of him.
Well, I sure never would have thunk it.
Something better come along, why? He just reached out and grabbed it.
You call that something better?
Chad does. Ah, shucks. Maybe it's better he quit anyway.
You know, Joe, you're right. If a man's a quitter, I'd soon know it before any real trouble hits.
See, Reese, he's got himself a whole new way of life. Shucks, he ain't wasting no worry on us.
Well, I don't want to think harsh on him.
Now, you listen to me, Reese. If old Chad was to get word that them Comanches had bushwhacked us, and we was laying right here in this dirt bleeding to death, shucks, he wouldn't even care.
Yeah. Yeah. If he hears them Comanches bushwhacked us,
he wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
Reese, I know what you're thinking, and it ain't gonna work.
Now you go on and meet that wagon train. Chad and I'll be alone.
Reese?
Go on, I said. Meet me here to work on how I'm gonna do it. I'll bet you $10 Chad don't get on that stage.
Take it.
still here, Chad? I thought you'd be gone. I'm looking for Parmalee.
Well, he's not here, Reese.
Well, he must be out on assignment.
What'd you want him for?
Comanches. Just hit that Marshall wagon train.
How many, Reese?
Oh, I don't know. They just kept a-coming. Not enough guns on that train to hold them off for long.
Well, you didn't leave Joe out there.
Well, one of us had to ride back for help. We drew straws.
Mm-hmm. You want me to ride back with you?
If you could, Chad.
Uh-huh. Well, Reese, I'll tell you. When I get back there, I don't figure there's going to be any Indians. And you and Joe's going to have a nice big laugh, and the stage is going to leave without me, and then you're going to collect the $5 or the $10 or whatever it is you bet Joe you could sucker me.
Chad.
Well, this is one bet you're going to lose, Reese, because I'm not fooled, and I'm not riding back with you. Give it up.
One bet I hope Reese wins.
Big war party Comanches. They hit a wagon train at Findlay's Grove.
Go tell Captain Parmalee. Ranger headquarters, Laredo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Emily's on her way down.
Good. Stage is due to leave in about 5 minutes.
Oh, fine. Oh, that's her luggage. Woman's idea of traveling light. Just the bare essentials.
I know she's always had the best. I mean to see she always does.
Oh, of course. But a word of advice. Don't hesitate to stand against her. When she's wrong, and she can be wrong, Emily can be very wrong, she'll move heaven and earth to avoid admitting it. So don't be intimidated.
I'll remember that, sir.
Fine. Oh, we were talking last night after the party. She thinks she'd like to live in San Francisco while you're out with the construction crews. But she'll talk to you about it then.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We better get on the stage.
Ah, here I am, hurrying at the last minute. I've been up since daybreak.
Oh, excuse me. Let me get my hat here.
The truth is, I didn't sleep. I was so excited.
It takes as long to load and unload Emily's luggage as it does to get from here to Austin.
I can see.
We've so many things to discuss. When and where we're going to be married, where we're going... Chad? Chad? You're not listening.
Oh, sure I am.
Oh, that's another trick you've got to learn if you want to survive as a married man. How to look at your wife as if you were listening to her, when you're not.
Father, to listen to you talk, anyone would think you were the world's worst cynic. Chad?
Would you excuse me, please? Oh, Captain. Trouble?
Comanches. Hit the Marshall wagon train at Findlay Grove.
That's the train Reese and Joe are with.
That's the train.
How many hit them?
20, 30, maybe more.
Well, you're going to need more men than that.
The rest of the company's out on assignments.
Well, Captain,
Cooper, we have a long ride.
Is there something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I can't leave just yet.
I'm sure the driver wouldn't mind waiting a few minutes longer.
A few minutes won't do it. My friends Reese and Joe are pinned down by a Comanche war party.
Oh, that's awful. And you want to go after them?
I have to.
You can't.
Emily, there's no choice. They're my friend. If I were out there, they'd come after me. No, it's all right. You can go on ahead. I'll cut across country and catch up with you in San Antonio. Austin at the latest.
No, that is completely unthinkable.
Chad, you're no longer a ranger. You're my fiancé. Now, the stage will be leaving in a few minutes, and I expect my fiancé to be on it with me. Now, that's only reasonable.
That's not the least bit reasonable.
Darling, I respect your generous, high-minded feeling, but you must be realistic.
Realistic? Can't you understand that I have an obligation to go after my friends?
I don't think you have any right to.
You don't... Well, Emily, I'm going.
Well, then you can just forget about me.
But this has not a cussed thing to do with you and me. It just... Well, there's certain things a man's got to do. And now if we get married...
If?
Yes. If we get married, I wear the breeches, not you. And if any orders are given...
Orders? What do you think I am, a squaw?
Oh, no, you're no squaw.
And I suppose you're going to tell me what I am.
Yes, I suppose I am. You're a woman without a fiancé. Mr. Henderson, I'd appreciate it if you'd have the driver pitch down my luggage. I wish you luck, Emily. I hope you find the man that'll dance to the tune you call. And let me tell you something. Even if you do find him, you're not going to like him. Thanks a lot, Mr. Henderson, anyway. Goodbye.
Man is right, Emily. Will you please remove Mr. Cooper's luggage?
You think we can count on those reinforcements soon?
Yeah, any time now. Doesn't feel good.
Captain, I know how you feel about a man asking to be reinstated, sir.
I said it didn't amuse me. It doesn't. But if you give me your word, it won't become a habit.
You got it.
Consider yourself reinstated.
Thank you, sir.
Now, the only chance we've got is the element of surprise.
All right.
Next time.
Or the next.
Look at there.
What are we waiting for?
Joe, Reese. Good to see you, Captain.
How bad is it here?
Not as bad as it could have been, sir. The next time you'll listen to me when I tell you something.
You know, Reese, you got a great gift. You can make the truth sound like a lie.
You missed a stage, Chad.
Sure did. I missed that stage. Doggone if I did.
O'Reilly, $10.
You look like a
party they ain't gonna forget, I'll tell you that. Red onion ain't been watered down, Chihuahua.
And food that tastes like food ought instead of a mouthful of red peppers.
And girls, lots of girls.
Ah, the red hair's mine. Remember, she's taking board.
Oh, that's right. I forget. I remember.
Well, hi, kiddies. How you doing?
You promised to give us a ride on the horse.
Sure I did. And I will sometime.
Now, we have waited and waited.
But, kids, I'm going to a party. Oh, now, don't cry, honey. Come on, don't cry.
You promised.
Never thought a man like Reese Bennett would break a promise.
Make a little Nina cry like that.
Well, all right, all right. Now, come on, kids. Come on, come on, come on, kids.
And don't worry about that redhead, Reese. I'll entertain her till you get back.
$10, querido.
10? You said 5.
I say 5 for each one. Now, I could take my babies back home if you think the price is too high.
Está bien. 10 it is. Una tramposa.
Gracias.
Placer. Vámonos, compadre, ¿ya? Hasta luego, Reed.
Oh, you too.
Watch that second board, Reese.
Just never you mind.
My 10 says that he ends up face down in that mud.
Face down or up?
Either end.
The lady too?
All right, the lady too.
You're off.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Bennett.
Wasn't your fault, ma'am.
You're just saying that to be nice.
No, I'm not, ma'am.
You need any help, Mr. Bennett?
Take hold of these packages.
Would you be so kind, sir?
Glad to oblige, ma'am. Here we are.
I said the packages.
I heard you. We can't risk having this lovely lady muddy up her skirts now, can we, ma'am? Here, I'll just set you down. There.
I thank you kindly, sir.
My pleasure. Name's Chad Cooper. Might I know to whom I'm addressing myself to?
You want to give me my 10 now?
Later.
Well, this lovely lady didn't fall in the mud like you bet she would. I'd like my 10, please.
I do not appreciate being the source of a wager, sir. I find that crude.
Your packages, ma'am.
Did you see that?
What's that?
Well, the way she crossed over that. Hey, what kind of a thing was that to do to me? I was just beginning to make progress with her.
Sir, you still owe me 10.
Well, sir, I'll bet you 20 I square it with her. I beg your pardon.
Ding-batted yahoo.
Well, finally decided to finish crossing the street, huh, Reese?
You better watch that mouth of yours or you're going to get a muddy boot in it.
Be right with you. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. McMillan. You know the governor of New Hampshire personally?
Well, he knows me by reputation as a deputy constable.
And what about the governor of Texas?
He knows the governor of New Hampshire. I met him, though. A real gentleman. Friend of yours, Captain?
Afraid not. Now, why do you want to be a ranger, Mr. McMillan?
To prove a point, Captain. I know law enforcement. I put in 9 years as a deputy constable at home. During that time, I developed some methods, some theories I'd like to put to the test.
Why pick the Texas Rangers?
Meaning no offense, Captain, because this is the most primitive law enforcement agency in the country. I can imagine how difficult your job must be, considering the kind of men you have to take on as rangers. Outlaws looking for amnesty, cutthroats, highwaymen, unwashed, unkempt, filthy, dirty. I beg your pardon, but I'll wager there isn't one man in the entire outfit you could turn your back on. One man you could depend on not to join up with the outlaws he's chasing if the price were right. I think I can help you change all that.
Good horseman, are you?
Very good, if I say so myself.
Can you use a gun? Very nice.
Man could get killed going for his gun like that without warning folks.
You're going to have plenty of time to explain that to him. I'm sending him out with the 3 of you to hunt down running antelope.
We can't take no yahoo out on a job like that, Captain.
Running antelope, you want a clock?
No. Don't leave no tracks, Leo.
You like running antelope?
Drive the wagon.
24 hours old.
Yeah, that's running antelope, all right.
Why would he burn an empty town?
It wasn't empty when he burned it.
You mean there were people living here that he killed them?
Now, what do you think?
A whole town? How can you be so calm about it?
Well, what good does it do to get all sweated up? Thing we gotta do is figure out which way he went.
Well, if we spread out, we're sure to find some tracks.
Good idea, eh, Reese?
No. Any fool could figure that out.
I didn't hear you suggest it.
Never saw a man rub Reese the wrong way as easy as this one.
He does, don't he?
Found some wagon tracks. Looks like they were made right before the rainstorm.
Mr. McMillan, do you have Indian blood in you?
No, I don't.
Could have fooled me, finding them tracks so easy. I got $5, says that they square off with each other before we break camp in the morning.
No bet.
Now, like you said, Chad,
some men are just born trackers.
Yeah, well, while you're talking, that bunch is getting further away.
Looks like the wagon was heavily laden. Caught a man back in New Hampshire who overloaded his wagon with loot, stealing melons from his neighbors.
Left deep tracks.
Very much like these.
Doggone.
Did you come to ride or gab?
All right, let's move out. Hello.
Oh, that Yahoo. Oh. You. Come on, let's go.
Gotta move quick like old-time Indians. Hit here, 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 quick, fast. All kind of places, same time. Get money. Then go sit in Mexico a little long bit.
I ain't going back to no Mexico.
Don't tell Running Antelope what you gonna do. I tell. Less you want be prayed over. Leo. Go back over trail. See no posses. Nobody behind. Sammy, Blue Dog. Go with Leo. Little Trees. How come you kill blonde lady in that town? You jealous? I like you be jealous sometimes.
You better kill Leo. He like your hat, husband.
Okay.
Hey, Reese, why don't you wash every day the way Mr. McMillan does?
Because I ain't no water lily is why. I don't see you in there neither.
That boy does track good.
Yes, he does.
Think an old man with bad eyes lose those wagon tracks on soft prairie.
I think he's got the makings of a real good ranger.
If he fights like he tracks.
Any man baz every day's gotta be soft.
Sits a horse like a jockey.
Got a mind like a steel bear trap, too.
He's really got you two took in good and proper, ain't he?
Did you say something?
No, nothing. That Yahoo makes the ranger, I'll eat my boots.
You think McMillan will turn tail and run when we finally catch up with that Indian?
I wouldn't bet either way.
If we could just get Running Antelope to sit still long enough, McMillan could talk him to death.
Oh, that Indian's got better sense.
Mel makes a pretty good cup of coffee, though.
I made that coffee.
Now that I think on it. Whack!
to bring any real peace to Texas is to bring in the best officers the Army has. Men who are aware which way the tide of the future is running, to staff the Rangers with the best men available, trained investigators who know what they're about.
Like you, for instance.
Well, yes. A real Ranger should be a man dedicated to the law. He should know the law inside out. I'd be willing to wager there aren't more than 3 men in the Rangers today who could really read the laws of this state, who, for that matter, could read more than their own names.
Now, that's the truth, ain't it, Joe?
Sad to say, Chad, it is.
Which one you leaving out?
I beg your pardon?
Beg pardon, nothing. There's 4 of us. You said 3 can read. Who you leaving out?
Well, I didn't really mean it that way, Mr. Bennett.
Who you leaving out?
You know, that puts me in mind of the story about the mule. Wanted to get herself an education. Well, sir,
McMillan, which one did you leave out?
Shh. You hear something?
I heard him say I can't read.
No, something else.
Follow him now.
Well, it seems all they got away with was Mr. Bennett's horse.
Oh! Why, that was the best horse you ever saw in your life. If I get my hands on a man who stole that horse, I'll show you all.
Now, Mr. McMillan, you've got to understand about Reese and his horse. Well, they've been together a long time, and he paid plenty for him, too.
You bet your life I did.
Oh, he loves that horse. The fact that he got took when he bought him don't make no never mind to him.
That's right, I paid a lot of... Who got took? That horse is worth every dollar I paid for him.
Oh, doesn't really matter, does it, Reese? He's gone now.
Yeah, well, when I get him back, I'll make you eat them words. We'll find ourselves a couple of horse traders and see what they got to offer. Be more than I paid.
Reese has got a good eye, Mr. McMillan, but not when it comes to horses.
$50 says that horse is worth more than I paid for him.
We haven't even got him back yet, Reese.
I'll get him back. I'll get him back.
Keep talking. Start walking.
Mr. McMillan, I met an old fella down New Hampshire way once. A fella by the name of Buck Shore, I think it was. Do you happen to know him?
Yeah, there was a family named Shore that came from my county. I knew the son, John Shore. Never met the father. The father went to California, started a ranch. It's called Sacramento.
I'll skin you alive, horse thief.
Where'd you take my horse? You gonna tell me or wish you did? That horse is worth 2 of you, Snake. I'd just soon leave you here for the buzzards. Now, where did they take my horse? All right.
You seen my brother around lately, Reese?
Been over a year or 2.
How was he looking?
Into a noose, the same as you. Now, this is your last chance. Where'd they take my horse?
The last man Reese hanged kicked for 6 hours before he finally died. See here.
You can't do that.
Well, it ain't like he's gonna burn him.
Why, no. A man yells a lot when you burn him.
Well, you can't be serious.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
Why, no. Some fellas would take that man, put him up on top of a rock, pull all the slack up tight in that rope, get some hot coals out of that fire and stuff them into his pockets.
You see, he's just fine, as long as he stands still. But then when the hot gets to him and he starts to wiggle some,
he slips off the rock and
hangs himself.
Chad, get some coals out of that fire.
Right.
See that rock over there, Joe?
Yeah, that'll do it fine. Very well. Go ahead. Hang him. But when you do, you may rest assured this entire incident will be in my report in close detail.
They'll be gone before you get there.
Where?
Chimney Mesa.
Running antelope there?
There he is. He's probably gonna ride that sorrel of yours. Time you get close enough, you won't want that horse no more. Not with the bow he'll have in his back from carrying that fat engine.
You make bad jokes for a man with a rope around his neck.
I'm gonna hang someplace. Here's okay by me.
Yeah, well, it's gonna bother you more to be jailed than tried. Time up. I do it, I'd probably break his neck.
Mr. Bennett, it seems you know that man.
A long time.
And his brother was an outlaw, too?
Not half as good at it as Sammy.
You keep strange company for a lawman.
Seems as though they never send me out to bring in no nice people.
We gotta get him away from Reese before something really happens. Mr. McMillan.
That one ain't no ranger, is he?
Why don't you ask him? Yes, Mr. Cooper.
Would you mind taking first watch over the prisoner?
I'd be delighted.
Thank you.
Go ahead, ask him. You a ranger?
Yes, I am. You ain't. Because I'm not in favor of torture? Is that why you think I'm not a ranger? Although it may not do you any great good personally, I happen to be the first of a new breed of rangers. Men who will allow their prisoners all their rights. Who will be relentless and brave in the chase, but fair and just once they have their man. I see by the look on your face that sounds like a dream to you, something that could never happen. But I tell you it's coming. As surely as the spring thaw follows the winter's snow. Spring is here. And I give you my word that as long as there is breath in my body, I will speak out for your rights. Your right to fair treatment. Do you realize you're innocent? Legally innocent, I mean, until proven guilty. You're innocent and should be treated accordingly.
But he got 2 shots into me before I cleared my holster. You ain't the fastest man I've seen with a gun. Well, he's buried, and I'm still walking around. Didn't do him no good being that fast.
Not your time to go, George. Time comes. You go.
Leo. Now, husband?
Somebody have to dig hole for Leo. Pray over him. Leo want my hat, my place. No brains for my place. Okay? Okay. George. Where's Sammy?
Took by rangers. Got 1 ranger horse. Killed 2 rangers.
You one big liar, Blue Dog.
No lie. Killed 2 rangers.
How many left?
3? Maybe 4?
Ranger's gonna come look for us.
Gonna.
Still warm. Ah, they left plenty of tracks this time.
See any tracks with a broken shoe?
Over here, Reese. They went out that way. The wagon and your horse.
With the engine on it, them tracks ought to be nice and deep, Reese. Easy to trail.
Wasn't carrying nobody. Shallow tracks, you snake.
Truth is, I'm glad for you, Reese. Good horse setting.
Oh, worth at least $5.
Let's get out of here.
went that way. Toward Violet.
Looks like we missed some excitement.
Wagon tracks lead inside. You got no more sense than a mule. Letting them lead you off like that. What if you got broken down and good for nothing? Then what I'd done, huh? You got no more brains than a plow horse.
Got yourself an interest in that fine animal, mister?
So what happened out there?
Town was robbed. Gang run a whole herd of beef into town. And when the dust had settled, they cleaned out the bank and gone. Hey, what are you doing to my horse?
Your horse, this is my horse.
Huh. Well, I beg your pardon. That horse belongs to me. My boy bought him from an Indian squaw just a while ago. You saying that horse was stolen?
I didn't sell him.
I got me a bill of sale.
Like I said, mister, this is my horse.
Well, you just have to prove that to the marshal, and I got me a bill of sale.
Go get him. Go get him.
Well, what's that going to happen to my $10 I paid for that horse?
Doesn't really matter who he belongs to. The horse is evidence. The marshal will have to confiscate him in either case.
Just keep your mouth shut, McMillan.
Oh, I don't know. McMillan's got a pretty good point there, don't you think, Joe?
Seems like it. We are Texas Rangers, sir. This horse is evidence.
Will you keep your fool mouth shut?
If you was Reese, what would you do, Joe?
Buy my horse back.
Give him $10 for my own horse?
Bought him for 10, sell him for 15.
Paying $15 for my own horse.
Well, he's worth almost that, ain't he?
He's worth 100.
Well, then you got yourself a bargain.
Reese, you all no good for nothing. Who kicked over a stone and turned you loose?
The same skunk pinned that 2-cent tin star on your shirt. Good to see you, Danny.
Good to see you, Reese. Joe?
Sheriff?
Ed?
Hi, Marshal.
Where'd you pick him up?
Stealing horses.
Sammy, after all of them years of you being smart, you had to go get tied into a hanging do.
I ain't hung yet, Denny.
Marshal, I'm Officer Clendon McMillan.
Nice to know you. Danny Moran.
I understand you had some trouble here.
Running antelope in this bunch. Stampeded a herd down the main street, cleaned the bank, set fire to the feed store, stole Colonel Alba's old cannon from in front of the courthouse, even took the cannonballs, too. I just can't figure out what he want with that cannon.
Did you get any of them?
Just a squaw. Got her locked up inside.
Ah, have you interrogated her?
I would never.
Marshal, I meant have you questioned her.
What for? She'd either say nothing or lie.
Well, she's approached the right way.
Maybe if you staked her out in the sun for a week or two.
Coffee, boys?
You can spill me a cup. Marshal, I'd like permission to question the woman.
Sure. Let out and ask all the questions you want to. You can lock up old Sammy while you're back there, too, if you don't mind.
Glad to oblige. Hup.
Don't forget my coffee, Denny.
Make it sound fresh.
2 spoons of sugar.
That man's got loose brains.
You know, I never would have thought the Rangers would...
Why, with all the detective savvy Mr. McMillan has, he might just get that woman to tell him all kinds of things.
He is a shrewd operator.
I could see he was slick right off.
Slick right off. He ain't the one got loose brains. He's only just plain stupid. It's a bunch of you got the loose brains.
Please sit down, ma'am.
Please sit down, man. Ugh.
If you treat her like a lady, she'll act like a lady.
That lady's killed more men than you've ever seen, McMillan. Lady. Huh.
Do you happen to know her name?
Linda Littletrees, Mr. McMillan.
Linda?
Yes.
Linda, do you speak English? Linda, I am a friend of the Indian.
No.
I know how difficult your life is, how little food there was on the reservation, how we... Yes, even though I didn't fire a shot myself, I hold myself personally responsible for killing off the buffalo because my people did it. I do not speak with forked tongue. I am a genuine friend of the Indian, but even more, a friend of yours, Linda. You see, my mother's name is Linda.
I gotta get out of here before I get sick.
Yes, well, perhaps I would make more headway if I questioned her in private, if you gentlemen don't mind.
All right, son. You just keep the stuff between her and that door, and your gun out of her reach.
Marshal, I've been a police officer for 9 years.
Well, if you want to see 10, keep your gun out of her reach. Come on, boys.
We'll be at the saloon having a steak, Mr. McMillan. And a drink.
If you help me, Linda, I'll help you.
You want running antelope?
Yes, where is he?
Can't tell. Can show. Not them. Only you, Ranger.
Linda, I'm putting my trust in you. Do you understand that? You won't let me down, will you? Linda, you've been misunderstood. You have a friend now.
Could have took it out of plain honest.
Not hardly a cannon. Denny?
Too blame tough to manage, just to be ornery.
Y'all didn't run across any survivors from his raid on Planetville, did you? Nobody.
No, and he didn't need a cannon for that. He's got something up his sleeve.
That squaw probably knows.
He's probably got your friend McMillan walking around on the ceiling by now.
Would help if she'd tell him something.
Bad chance of that.
What in blazes that I need you want with a cannon?
He wants to blow up a bank door.
Oh, you don't need a cannon for that.
Hey, mister, somebody owes me for them 4 steaks.
Let's go, Reese.
Now, wait a minute. I paid for them steaks.
That sure was friendly of you, too.
Much obliged.
Sure enjoyed it.
Oh, now, come on. Do I have to shake it out of you?
You certainly are tight with $1.
Here.
Here you go, Reese.
That cannon worked, Marshal.
I'd last on the 4th of July.
Oh, Mr. McMillan's probably got the whole thing figured out by now. Nothing for us to worry about.
Huh. McMillan?
He ain't here.
Thank you, Sam.
Squaw's gone, too.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Oh, McMillan probably got her to talk and went out to take antelope single-handed.
Then you think he'll do it, huh?
Sure. Only thing is, I hope he don't mess up that gang too bad. Hate to trail back into Laredo with a lot of busted-up outlaws.
Captain wouldn't like that.
See you, Sam.
Hope so, Reese. Reese, what about my prisoner?
You just stay put, Danny. We'll bring that squaw back for you.
Sure, I seen him. Come in here with that squaw. They ran the horse and rode off.
See, I told you, Reese.
He's gonna be lucky if she lets him keep breathing long enough to get out of town.
How long ago?
Oh, about an hour or so.
Is it much further, Linda?
Little bit far.
You'll see, Linda. You'll feel better on the side of law and order. Fresh, clean, and right with the world.
Off that way.
Yeah. Right out toward nowhere.
That figures.
Hey, Reese, this way! This way, Reese!
You'll let me know when we're near the hideout. Didn't we cross these tracks before?
Tracks all over.
Yes, that's true. The iron horse has scarred the landscape with his tracks. Wilderness will vanish, quiet will soon be gone. Leon Summerfield wrote that. Linda, can you read? Have you ever been to school? Your children will have schools, I promise you.
Moving back the way we just come from.
How many of them are there?
Don't know. You better count.
2, 3, and 3 are 6. Fine. Linda, I knew you'd reward me for my trust in you.
Question now. She's doubling back.
Cannon still bother you, Chad?
Maybe Antelope's planning to build himself a fort.
Maybe he figured he can't do enough damage with a 44. Needed something bigger.
She's keeping close to these tracks.
Well, Mr. McMillan would know what that means.
You say that name one more time.
Antelope ever hold up a train, Chad?
Well, not that I know of.
It seems like to me that's the only thing big enough to use a cannon on. A train.
And she's headed for the spot.
How in the blazes can you figure he'd steal a cannon just to hold up a train with? You've been out in the sun too long.
Well, I'm for riding up the tracks.
Can't do nothing but cost us a little time. Maybe save us some.
Can't you just hear the captain when you tell him about this? The Indian took a cannon. So right quick we knew he was planning to hold up a train. He'll lock you up just to keep you off the street.
Tracks?
Tracks.
Well, what about McMillan? Somebody's got to go after that big mouth. Well, I'll give it a mile. 1 mile, and that's all.
Little Trees, you're the best squaw I ever had.
I happen to be a Texas Ranger, and you are all under arrest.
I'll humor you two for one more mile, and that is all.
Grade ahead.
The train's coming.
Better go get ready now. Gonna be big outlaw like Jesse James when we rob that train. What for shooting?
3 men on horse.
George, you watch this one. Come on.
See anybody?
Nobody.
I can just about make out that cannon.
Where?
Top of the hill.
I can't see anything.
Ah. You fellas really guessed it lucky.
Lucky. We just figured what Mr. McMillan would do and did the same.
Eh? Well, what do you figure he's doing now?
I know how to fix them, fellas. Grab the back of that cannon and swing it around. What good's that gonna do? You just watch. Come on. Come on, come on. You're off for free easy with my back, Clyde. Oh, that's it, that's it.
You, know where that cannon is now, Chad?
Yeah, just about.
Got no brain. Cannon only for train. No brain, George.
It was his idea, Antelope.
Come on. Better luck next train. You bring prisoner. You're running.
All right, get off.
Go, dog. Scout on top. We stay here. Kill a few Rangers.
It's no use, Mr. Antelope. The game is up. The Texas Rangers always get their man.
On the way, them Rangers. A little bit smart, them Rangers.
Good grass. Water on top.
We rest horses. Bring prisoner.
Don't you people feed your prisoners?
Nope. Somebody want to spell me off for a while?
I watch.
Cramp in my leg.
Exercise. A healthy mind and a healthy body.
Rangers know how to run away pretty good.
Turn around.
Where you find a gun, Ranger?
All right, you men. I have your leader and I have a gun.
Where'd he get a gun?
Not my gun.
You can't shoot me without hitting him, so throw down your guns. Throw down your guns in the name of the law.
Not gonna throw down no guns, Ranger.
I'll give you to the count of 3. 1, 2.
Three. You all right?
Well, they just shot him down. Right in front of his wife, they shot him down.
Well, what'd you expect them to do?
You don't just kill your leader. They should have surrendered.
Why? There's lots of leaders around. None of these boys figure anybody's worth hanging for.
Well, they would have got a fair trial.
Would have hanged anyway.
Squaw got away.
She's off hunting up a new husband. This makes the 3rd one she's lost. Anybody want to bury him? Mr. McMillan, get a shovel.
I can't really say that I allowed myself to be captured exactly.
Oh, sure you can.
Although I will admit that my plan was to work my way into the gang through the Indian woman.
I don't know how you did it, Mr. McMillan, but you've just outlined your next assignment. Washoe Johnny Blue is putting a gang together in the Badlands. I want you to join them. It's dangerous. I'd ask any other ranger to volunteer, but I know you'd want this assignment. Washoe Johnny's a half-breed. Mean. Kills at the drop of a hat.
Terrible fella.
Yeah, but you picked the right man, Captain. He tracks like an Indian. He's smart.
It's the toughest job any ranger's ever been handed.
Well, Captain, I appreciate your confidence in me, picking me for this assignment, but,
Some problem come up, Mr. McMillan?
I just have to decide where I'm most needed.
Oh, wait a minute. Rangers need good men.
Well, now, so does New Hampshire, Captain. Don't forget that.
If the man has a doubt, Captain.
Well, Reese, you know we don't try and force a man to ride with us.
And there is all those melon thieves.
Captain.
We understand. And we regret losing you as much as you regret going.
Tage leaves in 20 minutes.
That's right. Mr. McMillan, been a pleasure.
Been my pleasure, Captain. Men, goodbye and good luck.
And if you ever need me again, why, just holler. Well.
Nice fella.
Sure is. Took a bath every day.